Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Vinny, Mr. G, UK reseller, here with another video seeing if we can make any money from going to a car boot sale. Now, as mentioned, I went to a car boot sale this weekend and I managed to grab a bunch of stuff. The real question is, can I actually make any money from the items I bought? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you what I bought, tell you what I paid for it, and tell you what I think I can get for it, either through selling it on eBay or in my bricks and mortar store. I went to a local car boot just about 40 minutes away in St. Column in Cornwall. This car boot's on pretty much every week. Now, I've been quite a few times before in the past, not a lot this year, but whenever I've gone to this car boot, I've never really found anything of great value, but I have always found a lot of bread and butter items. Today was a little bit of an exception. I did find one particular item that was very good and could possibly net me triple figures. I'll show you that one later in the video. Just before we get on with the video though, you may remember from a couple of weeks ago, I did a competition to win a Squirtle badge, pin badge by Letty Charms. Now in the Cardiff Card Show video, or Cardiff Not Card Show, Pokemon Show video, I said that if you commented on the video, we would pick one at random and that person would win the pin badge. So earlier today, I went onto the website, popped in the URL and did a screen record of who actually won that prize. So I'll cut to that now. So here we are on the website, popped in the URL, scroll down the page, do the little sum here, hopefully get that right. Then load up all the comments, just 10 on this video, and then who's the lucky winner? Digitom. Congratulations, Digitom. So there you have it. The lucky winner is Digitom. Digitom, please get in touch with me and I will make sure that you get that pin badge and you can wear it with pride. So thanks for entering, everyone that left a comment. I really appreciate that. Remember to like, subscribe and leave a comment on this video too. It really helps with the channel and I love to get any comments you leave. Now, back on with the video. So yeah, can I make any money on this stuff? And the same thing goes, could you make money on this stuff as well? Let's see. So this car boot can be a little rough to find some good stuff. It is often very busy. It was very busy this day. It had rained on the way, which had probably put quite a few people off selling. I would say there was probably no more than 60 cars, which is tiny compared to probably some of the car boots other people get to go to. And there was probably about 200 to 300 buyers waiting there to get in at the start. As you can imagine, it was quite a mad rush. Now I spent probably about 5 minutes walking around and the only thing I'd picked up was this Dumbo Disney plush. I paid 50p for this. It has the Disney official store stamp on it. I generally only try to pick up ones with that on because they are the ones that can generally have some value, if any value at all. This one, however, does not have a huge amount of value, so this will be going in my store. I think on eBay you can ask anywhere from sort of like £5 to £10 for this plus postage. There are quite a few on there. It does have a fairly good sell-through rate of about £7.50, but this one will be going in our store for probably around about a £5, maybe £6, maybe even £7. For those of you that don't know, we have cabinets in our bricks and mortar store with plushes and toys and action figures. And generally they have a fairly quick sell-through rate because they're cheap and cheerful and people can pick up some nice cheap sort of like items for their small children or even for themselves. So this one, yeah, this is going to be probably £5 or £6, so not a great one, but something at least. But as mentioned, I'd walked around the car boot for quite some time and that's all I had, 5 minutes with just that. And I was kind of getting ready to just think, well, that's it today. I'm probably going to not be able to do a video and I'm probably going to just have to go home empty-handed. And then I stumbled across this stall with just tons of things on it. And I was like, why is all this stuff just sitting here? Now, the first thing I noticed, I put this on my Instagram, was this Le Creuset pepper shaker. It has the little plastic bung in the bottom. No salt shaker, just the pepper one. And I was like, oh, cool. I've never had any Le Creuset before. So if this is legit, this will be my first Le Creuset. So I said to the guy, how much is this, please? And as I said that, he was like, just taking something out of a bag, and he goes, £1. So I say, oh, well, I'll take that then. And as I go to grab this off of the mat, he pulls something out of a bag. Now, I'm not going to show you that right now because that's the possibly 3-figure item. But I did manage to grab that off him. I'll tell you about that later though. The other thing that I noticed while picking up this other thing was a couple of carrier bags. Now they were slightly covered up by some clothes. There was maybe a lid on them as well. But nobody had noticed that there was a big bag of Lego. So this is a much smaller bag of Lego, but there was definitely a bigger bag of Lego. And I could just see some old Lego heads and a few Lego minis in the bag. But what I didn't also notice when I approached the stall was this massive big yellow tub, which was full of Lego. I've since colour sorted all this Lego while watching Indiana Jones and taken out any minifigures as well. But there's probably about 4 kilos of Lego there. I asked the guy how much he wanted for it. I didn't really want to look through the bag and spend too much time looking for it because there was quite a lot of people gathering around the stall at that time. And he said, seeing as you bought the other thing, I'll let you take this for the same price at £15. So I was like, oh, okay, that seems pretty fair. There's definitely some minifigures in here. There might be a couple of sets. I could see a few instruction manuals for smaller sets. So I thought, okay, we'll give it a go at 15. And the weight alone, I should be able to make my money back at least. Anyway, since I got it home, I had a look through it. I colour sorted it. The 2 sets I don't think are complete. It was a small Star Wars ship and some Lego City set. I can't imagine that they're fully in there. The minifigures weren't, so I don't think they will be. However, I did find some other minifigures, including a Minecraft figure with his little hat there, a little Minecraft bee, and a zombie from the Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo set. There is quite a lot of the Mystery Machine set in there as well. The tree's in there, I think, and part of the Mystery Machine, but not all of the Mystery Machine. Some of the accessories are in there as well, like the magnifying glass and things like that. But there's no Scooby-Doo, there's no Shaggy, there's none of those guys. Just a bag of lots of accessories. I've got like this TNT thing here. Now, I have quite a lot of guys come in my shop and ask me for Lego. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with all these bags of colour sorted Lego. I don't know whether I'll sell them in bags. Maybe I'll do bricks individually. Maybe I'll just let them have a look through and then we can decide a price when they're finished. I definitely want to do a bit more research on some of these accessories because they could probably have some quite good value. There are a few other bits in here I want to check out as well. But the Minecraft figure, probably 4. The zombie, probably 4. If I can find the tree, probably 8. The bee, probably 2. And they will sell as well. And then also in there, I found a Bartman with his catapult and cloak. So probably an easy 4 or 5 on him. A complete Millhouse with his little can of soda there. Probably 4 for him. And then a Smithers without his little accessory. But I think we might have the accessory in the shop. So 3 without, 4 with. So 4, 8, 11. I've got my £15 back. So 4 kilos of Lego for practically nothing. I've got some old Lego pieces. They might have some value. I haven't checked yet. And a whole bunch of bits of minifigures that people may like in the shop. So I'm not really sure how much money I'm going to make from that, but I expect there will be some good return on that. £15 from the minifigures alone, and then who knows what for all those accessories and parts. I might even be able to say to someone, look, you can have all of the bits for £30, and then maybe I do something with these accessories myself. We will see. So, not a terrible buy. I've also got the box as well. That's got to be worth something, even if it's just a few quid. But there's some easy money there. I reckon an easy £15 spent, probably into an easy, maybe £50 return. So I should net about a £30 profit off the back of that. So that's pretty cool. There was quite a lot of other stuff on this stall as well. I noticed this vintage Snoopy and Woodstock Follow the Leader cup or glass, coffee glass, I would assume. I paid £1 for this. There's one on eBay for 18 at the moment. There's a few that have sold for 12 on bids. I reckon that's probably an easy £15 glass. It's in really nice condition. It's stamped 1965 on the side. I don't know if all Snoopy stuff is pretty much that old and stamped with that, but I would say it's probably pretty old and fairly vintage. No scratches, no cracks, so that would be an easy listing on the store. It's quite a nice item, and I thought if it wasn't worth anything, I'd probably just keep it for myself, because I quite like that one. So that's a good one. So I should be able to make some money on that. And then also, I always mention in my videos that you should always keep a lookout for stuff that could be useful in your business as well. I picked this up. It's not very expensive. You can pick them up on eBay for about a tenner, but I got this one for £1. It has all the labels inside as well. So even if I use it just till the end of the labels, it's probably going to be worth the £1. I have a couple of others I bought at Carboot before. They're doing very well in the shop. But I don't think you can have enough pricing guns because we always misplace them and can't find them at hand. So having them dotted all around the shop is really handy. So normally a tenner, I paid £1, so that's 90% off. Also, I can put it through the business as a cost, so that will come off our tax bill at the end of the year. Boom, £1. Who knows, it could have been worth an absolute fortune. It wasn't, but never mind, it doesn't matter. I did my usual thing of just looking around all of the stalls, and Plushes always grab my attention. They're really quick to list. They're really quick to stick in the shop as well. All they generally need is a bit of a clean or a wash. Most of the items we get, we just stick in a pillowcase, stick them on a 40-degree wash, and they come out looking brand new, like brand new. Obviously, you can't do that if they've got tags on. But sometimes you can remove the tags, like the cardboard tags, and then put them back on if you're careful. But most of the time, you only really have to watch out for the vintage plushes with the plastic eyes with black on them. But what we normally do is we'll put like a sock over their head or some tights just to stop those eyes scratching on the side of the washing machine or anything like that, or on any other hard surfaces on any other plush toys that are in there. So just bear that in mind if you're washing old plushes. This guy is from Plants vs Zombies. We paid 50p for him, should net us £5 to £6 in the store. Probably stick him on for a £5. His head comes off like that, and then it sticks back on. So again, not big money. If you don't have a shop, probably not the sort of item you'd want to be buying. But if you could pick up 4 of these at 50p each, and then maybe sell the set for £20, that would be a really good turnaround. That would be a really good profit. £2 into 20. All you'd need to do is get a few different ones of these, and I'm sure you could find them at your local car boots too. So 50p into £5, we'll take that. We also found a Minecraft creeper. I also had an octopus as well, but he was a little bit worse for wear, so he's gone elsewhere for the meantime. This cost 50p, is worth about a £5. Again, if you could get enough little ones of these, do them in a bundle for £20, you could probably make some good profit. We can stick that in our cabinet at the shop and probably ask a £5 for it, maybe 4, and we'll probably get that pretty quickly. So 50p into £4, not huge profit, but profit. Next up was this Kenny doll from South Park. These always do quite well in the store. I've also sold quite a lot on eBay. This is from 2015. Dino Toys, they seem to have some value. Again, if you can get a set of these, you're probably looking at about £50 for the set of 4. Singly, maybe 10 to 15 each. Kenny, very popular character. This guy definitely needs a wash. He is a little bit grubby. He has some marks on him, but we can stick him in the washing machine and he will come out nice. We'll probably just stick him in the shop at probably £12.99. Costs £2, £2 into £12.99, probably up to 15 on eBay. I don't think they'll hang around long in the shop. Another favourite is Pusheen. I've sold quite a lot of these on eBay before, for around 15 to 30 pound. This one with the donut, probably at this size, probably around 15, maybe 20. This one's pretty grubby. We definitely need to see if we can clean him up. It cost me £2, but I should see an easy probably £15 in the store for that one. And last but not least, on the plushes, probably my favourite plush of the day, Mr. Potato from Peppa Pig. This one seems to be a little bit rarer. When I did some research on them, the bigger ones don't seem to go for very much, but this TY, especially with his tag, seems to be a rarer one, and he goes regularly for around about £20 on eBay. So I'd probably still stick him in the shop at 20, but I'll probably stick him on eBay as well at 20 plus postage. He cost me 50p. So plushes are always a good one to look out for. I mean, small parcel, less than £3, that's not going to get damaged or broken. You're very unlikely to get a return on that. And also, because I have the shop, I can just stick him in the cabinet, and if it sells in the shop, we make an extra 10% because we don't have to pay our eBay fees, and someone gets to walk home with this lovely Mr. Potato. So 50p into £20 probably, not bad. And that was all the plushes. So I'm plushed out. There's no more plushes. So if you tuned out for a few minutes, we're back onto other things. What did I find next? So let's talk about these next, because these are a bit of a weird one. These are tenner men. You've maybe heard of tenner lady. These are tenner men. Now I saw these under a stool. There was 5 in a box. Well, I assumed it was 5. One was missing. It said 6 on the side. It said £2 each on the front of the box. And as I walked past and saw them, I thought, I wonder if they're worth some money, because stuff like this can be worth money. Some people don't like going into the shops to buy this sort of thing. They like the anonymity of buying it online. So as I walked around, I'd been at the Carboot for ages now, and it's definitely slowing down. I did a bit of research, and it turns out that you can get it's approximately £7 per pack. And I thought, well, if there's 5 packs and that's £10, then I can resell these probably for about £30 to £35. I could also ask her if she'll do a deal. And I thought, well, I tell you what, if they're there at the end when I'm leaving, because it was on the way back to the car, I'll ask her if she'll do a deal and we'll go from there. If they're gone when I get there, no big deal. So in the end, I did walk past. They were still there. I offered her £8 and she accepted. So I've got 5 of these. I'm going to do them as one listing for £30 to £35. So that should net me a good bit of profit. They seem to have a really good sell-through rate, so I don't think they'll be hanging around for long, hopefully. So that was those. A little bit different. I also picked up this Palindrome Stranger Things light. £4 it had on the top. I didn't really want to pay £4. It felt very light and flimsy. I didn't think it was going to have any value at all, but at worst I thought we could display it in the shop and it would look kind of cool on the top of one of our cabinets, all lit up. It does take a micro USB as well, or you can use 3 AAA batteries. So what I'll probably do with this is I'll probably pop a price on it and stick it on top of one of our cabinets, and if someone wants to buy it in store, they can. These on eBay, you can get around up to £20 for them. They do seem to sell quite regularly. So yeah, I paid not £4, I paid £2 for this and should be able to net 20. Always make offers at the Carboot. I don't care if something's cheap. I'm going to make an offer and try and get it even cheaper, because buy low and sell high. That's what we're in the game for. I don't feel like I'm ripping anyone off. I didn't know what the value of this was when I went to the stall, and even if I did, it doesn't matter. If they've got a price on it and I make an offer and they accept, then that's fair. That's called bartering. So if you disagree with that, then we'll have to disagree, I'm afraid, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make money at the Carboot. I'm not doing it underhanded. I'm not saying that's only worth £1 or that's only worth £2. I'm not lying to people, not fibbing. I'm just making offers, and if they're accepting, they're accepting, and if they're not, then they're not. There's no harm in asking, and if you can accept no, then that's fine. So £2 into 20. bargain. I mean, at worst they could sell it on eBay themselves, but they just can't be bothered, and I can. So but that will go in my shop as well, on top of a cabinet, so we'll get some use out of it as well. It'll look quite nice in the shop. This little ditty, Game Boy Advance Disney Princess, had no idea of the value, picked it up just in case. The box is absolutely battered, so I might just sell the cartridge. I might even look at CEX and see what the trade-in value of this is. Paid £1 for this, so if the trade-in value is anywhere near the sale value on eBay, I'll probably just trade it in with CEX for vouchers and then use that to buy something for the shop or something to resell that's slightly bigger. I think I have a bit of credit with them already. I can't really remember. I think I lost my fob, but we'll have to check. Resale value on eBay is about £6 though, just for the cartridge. If the box was in better condition, we could probably ask more, and if it had the manual, obviously we could ask more again. Next up, cards, football cards. Something I know very little about, even though I would say I'm fairly good with the collectible cards, have a good knowledge of collectible cards and kind of what's worth money. Football cards is something I have literally no idea about, really. I know Cristiano Ronaldo cards are quite good. I know rookie cards are quite good. The only problem is I wouldn't necessarily know if someone's card was their rookie card. I don't know what teams are good. I don't know who's good. I don't know anything about football, really. Just not my thing. However, I wanted to try and expand my knowledge slightly, and I saw these on a table in a bag. There was a couple of Pokemon cards in there as well. Asked the lady how much she wanted for them. She said just £1. So I thought, you know what? £1 for a bit of an education. Let's go for it. And who knows, the Pokemon cards might be worth something as well. Turns out they weren't. They were just bulk 1p cards. So they've gone into our bulk. However, these I did some research on. I probably spent about an hour and a half researching these cards just to find out that they were worth absolutely nothing. Most of these cards were listed on eBay for £1 or £2 or 50p, and I was just like, eh. I've also had a huge bunch of Match Attax cards listed on eBay for absolutely ages with no one taking a bite, and they've only been up there for about $11.99. So I decided to take those off of their best offer listing or buy it now listing and list both of those as an auction and these as an auction. Now I started at 99p with £3.50 postage, so at worst I'm probably going to make my money back. I can send these in a large letter, so it won't cost £3.50 postage, and that will cover my £1 I spent as well. However, these did sell for 99p plus postage, and so did the other set. So I don't think there was anything in here I missed, which is quite a good thing. However, I was hoping they might go for about a tenner. So I'm not going to make an awful lot of money on these, but I'm not going to make a loss either. However, while I was doing my research, I did find a few cards in that set. So I found this rookie card. Now, when I first looked up this card, it was worth about £15. There was only one listed, and this one is in fairly good condition. However, I've since looked again, and there are several more cards of this card listed, and they're all about £1 to £3. So I feel like this card might be a bit of a sitter. So I'm going to sit on this card for a while and see if its value changes over time. This is a Rising Star. I have no idea who that guy is, but let's hope he is a Rising Star, and then his card might become worth something. I don't think it's going to be worth a lot, but, you know, there was a bit of an education there for me. So Rising Stars and Rookies may be the thing to watch out for future purchases. Now, the other two cards, I did recognise these football players. One of them I know has good value in his rookie cards, just from what I've seen on eBay and some other resellers. But this is Messi, number 10, Argentina. The 100 Club, I have no idea what that is. I haven't done any research into that. But this is from Match Attax 101. It's a nice looking card. Just looks nice. That's definitely not his rookie card though. He looks quite old there. So, you know. Anyway, I looked this card up. This one is in pretty good condition. It does have a few little marks in the corners, so it definitely couldn't be graded. There's a little mark down in this corner, in the bottom corner too. I'd probably put light played on this. The picture doesn't have any scratches on it, so that's quite good. But yeah, definitely light played. I've seen people listing this card for up to £20. So I think it would be reasonable to gauge that this card could probably get me about a tenner. So now I'm £1 into £10 and I've made my money back from selling the 99p listing. However, so that's Lionel Messi. The next card could possibly be a rookie picture. I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments. So this is Maradona. He looks pretty young there. Again, Argentina number 10. This is Legends rather than 101, but it is from the 101 top set. Yeah, but again, nice looking card. This one is in slightly better condition than the Messi card. There are a few marks on the back, but the front is pretty clean, apart from that bottom corner near my thumb there. There's a little nick on that. So again, I don't think this card could be graded, but I have seen people listing this card up to £30. So I don't think it would be a big stretch to say that I could probably get 20, maybe even 25 for this card. I might even be able to do them both together and ask 40, or maybe put them on a starting bid of $19.99. I don't really know. So if you are a football fan and you know what I might be able to list these for, I'm not going to list them straight away. Leave a comment. If you'd like these cards, let me know and we'll come to some sort of deal maybe. I can show you some more pictures in more detail so you can see if they're in the condition you want. But they're kind of cool. But they were both in this set for £1. So let's say I can even get 30 for the pair. 1 into 30, we'll take that all day long. I think the hour and a half I spent researching these cards was probably worth it in the end, because if I can sell both of these cards for a minimum of £30, then I've just made £30 in an hour and a half. So that's okay. And I learned something as well. Most Match Attax cards are rubbish and worth nothing. If you pick a big enough bundle up for £1, you can probably make some money. More football cards. This time top trumps. I bought 5 sets. A guy had a massive box on the floor. Well, not massive, but he had like a shoebox on the floor, and it was absolutely full of Topps Trumps cards. So I had a quick look through, asked him if he would do a deal on the lot, and he said he wanted at least £1 a pack. And I was like, so there was about 40 packs there, so it would have cost about 40 quid. And I wasn't in spending 40 quid on a load of Top Trumps that I wasn't really sure of. There didn't seem to be anything exciting in the box, but there were some football ones. So I thought I'll grab all of those, and then I'll grab the one set that I really, really wanted, which were these Space War combat cards from Citadel, which is basically Warhammer. That's a full set of Space Marine cards and all the people from sort of like the Imperial side, I think. So there's Orcs, Imperial Guard, Space Marines, Elder, Squats, and a whole bunch of other things. So it's basically just all a load of characters from the 40k era of Warhammer. They're just combat cards, so I guess they're a bit like Trumps cards. So you've got your stats on the side, and then you flip them over and do whatever. There's rules in there as well. Comes in its original case as well. You can get yourself £20 for a pack of these on eBay. So I managed to get all of these for £4 because he still did a deal on these, even though he said he wanted at least £1 each. So yeah, £20. So even if I don't sell these, because I don't think these are worth an awful lot of money, some of the cards are damaged and some of the good cards are missing. Like Ronaldo, he's missing out of one of these. One of the Ronaldos was damaged in the other one. There is a Messi and a Ronaldo in one of these. The Chelsea set is sealed. That seems to sell for about a £5. I don't think they're worth selling to me. I might just stick them in the shop at a couple of quid each. But this one, 4 into 20, happy with that. So these will make my initial 4 quid back at least, and this will make me some money. Next up, probably one of my favourite items of the day, before I show you the big triple figure possible item, was this My Bella phone. See-through phone. If you've never seen one of these, children, this is a telephone. You may not have seen one of these in your house. but we used to use them all the time in the olden days. So I saw this on the floor. The only thing that puts me off of buying stuff like this is, does it work? So the value has to be pretty cheap for me to take a pop at it, because I don't want to spend a lot of money on something that probably could be broken. And it's highly likely if it's at a car boot. Although saying that, I've had a lot of electronics before and they've all been perfectly fine. This, however, just has the look, the 80s, 90s look. There is another version called Unicron, I think, or Unicon. They seem to command a much higher price than these, but these ones have a pretty good sell-through rate and a pretty reasonable price. Now, asked her how much she wanted for this, she said £5. I wasn't up for paying £5 just because of what it is, and it might not work. So I said, would you accept £3? She said yes. I said good, and so I took it home. Should easily get between £20 and £30 for this plus postage. These regularly sell on eBay for 22 to 25. I might try and get nearer the 30. All I've got to do, give it a clean, give it a wipe, plug it in, test it, make sure all the buttons work. I don't have a telephone line at my house, so we can't test it here. So I'll probably take it into work and give it a test there. So that, look out for those see-through phones, and especially if it's a Unicon one, because they are worth an awful lot of money, although most of them do seem to be in America, so that might be why they're rarer here. And last but not least, the big item. Now, the guy dragged this out of the bag as I was picking up the Le Creuset set and went to put it on the floor. Now, you will have seen these on my channel before. I did pick up one a little while ago for £3, and that netted me over £180, I think. It might have been 200, I'm not sure, but it was a much bigger set, and but I'm not sure if it was as good a set as this. This has lots of extra bits in it: windows, metal bits, glass, lots of glass. There was no glass in the last one, really, just a few bits. There was no metal bits in the last one. This is a Architect's set by Triang. It's for model railways. It's an Architect set for building buildings. This is set number B. It's HO00 scale for trains. Now, I knew this was going to be worth something. When he grabbed it out of the bag, he knew it was worth something as well. He said, how much would you offer me? So I went in with a cheeky low ball of £5. I got to gauge whether he's why would I go any higher? So I didn't want to be super cheeky and say £1, but because if you go too low, people sometimes get the hump and then won't do a deal with you at all. But I felt I could say a £5 with this guy. There was just something about him, although I'd only been there for like 30 seconds and spoke to him for probably about 30 seconds, I just felt I could make a cheeky £5. I nearly said 10, but I just went in with 5. And he said, oh, you know, it's worth more than that. And I said, yeah, I know. And he said, you can easily get 45 quid for that on eBay. And then I thought, and probably the rest. So he said, how about 20? And I said, well, what about 10? Because I'd started at 5, so I had quite a lot of leeway between 5 and 20. So he said, how about 15? And I thought, well, rather than go 12.50, because I've been a bit cheeky prior, I'll say yeah on the 15. And then that led to me getting the Lego set as well for 15, which was quite good. Also got the Snoopy cup off him, and the Le Creuset, and the pricing gun. So yeah, it was all good. So yeah, this set, fairly complete, not complete, with some broken windows, but a fairly good set. I reckon this set could net me into triple figures. There are complete ones on eBay for 150 and 180. I mean, so I could probably put this up for £100, and I might get £100. The box is a bit damaged. If I take some nice photos with all the contents and a nice description, I might be able to net myself £100. There are sealed ones of these, or near to sealed, for £3.50. So if you can find these Architect's Triang sets, They are well worth picking up. And that is the first time that I've found a triple figure item at this car boot. So I spent around about £60 at this car boot, and I should be able to net well in excess of £250. Now, whether I get that or not, we'll have to wait and see, but that is definitely an achievable price on all of these products. So the next thing to do is get them all ready, get them all washed, cleaned, and then start listing them on eBay. If they're not going on eBay, I need to get them into the store and get them into the cabinets for sale. If there's anything in these videos that you've seen that you might like, you can also hit me up on Instagram and we might be able to sort out a deal as well. Please leave me a like, subscribe, and remember to comment on the videos because it all helps the channel grow. I'll see you next time on the channel. Bye.